So now we've all heard of half days at work or at school. We know of half time at sports matches. We even know that restaurants allow you to order half a portion of a dish on their menu. But do you know what a half girlfriend is? I have with me the cast and the crew of the film Half Girlfriend. Welcome Arjun Kapoor, Shraddha Kapoor, Mohit, Suri and Chetan, Bhagat. Let's start with the mastermind behind it.
Oof.
Now
Crime
Chetan.
Master, Crime Master, go.
Is it true that you decided that this was going to be a film even before your book was published?
No, I can't make such decisions because when I'm
Technically, it was you did.
no,
decide
before
that.
it was
Published.
Published, yes.
Yeah, it
Not
came
before
to
I
me
was
before it
written.
was published,
Yes,
yeah.
this is one of the few books where
Not before you wrote.
No, not before I wrote. No, it can't be
Before it was
because those are
published.
not that's not going to make a very good book then if that's there. I think, but when the book was done but not yet released, it was in the editing stages with my markups and everything. I met him, and he read it, and he said, I like it enough that I wanted him to make it, and luckily he said I want to make it. But I said, do you want to wait for the release to see if the book is a hit or not? Maybe that's a good idea. He said, no, I'm making it. I know, I believe in it enough that I don't have to wait for the release. And we announced the film before the book came out, like just a few weeks before, but we did. So yeah, this one I think was destined to be a film, I guess.
Now this is the first time that you are producing.
Co-producing, yes.
Okay. So how has the transition been from writer to producer?
It's a very big difference.
Malik.
Hardly. This is quite the irony. It's very different because I think what you realize is that as a writer you have no limits to your imagination. There is no production constraints, and when you're making a film you have resources, and those resources have constraints, whether it's time or money or talent or their time, and and the physical locations that you can actually get. So it is it's the weather, a lot of things which is you're trying to make something which only exists in imagination into real. Effectively you have to create a real world and then record it and show it to people. So I think that's a hard one, and I now have a lot of respect for, I always had a lot of respect for writers and the script writers who make a film, but now I have a lot of respect for every department, like whether it's the makeup or whether it's like anything can go wrong in a film, and a film has to be done just right by every department. So I think that appreciation is more.
And Mohit, you've worked with Shraddha before in Ashiki 2, which was like a super hit. So besides your leading ladies and of course the music in your films, what are the other elements that are important to make a film a success at the box office?
I'm not undermining anyone over here and to say what makes a film, and I know it's a whole team effort, but I genuinely believe it's always the script. There is no, you can make a film with an inferior camera. I've made films with completely new people. My music, unlike other people, I don't really I've never gone to a music director and asked for a super hit song or a blockbuster song. They're all situational. If you look at Tumio and Ashiki, it's shot in a recording studio, not in foreign locations and stuff like that. So similarly, and it is the script that actually comes out, gives me these emotional impulses to come out with a song. So even the great music. So I would always put all my money on the script, and I'm saying there's a difference in India. What we misinterpret from a story is misinterpreted as a screenplay. A screenplay is misinterpreted as a script, and a script,
right.
So and the dialogue. So what I would actually say is right from conception of what Chetan got on board, and then my writers Tushar Hirandani, who adapted the screenplay, and Ishita Mohitra, who's actually the one who adapted the language of the dialogues. And all of them were in sync. Although Chetan was the first person who said that, here's the book, and I asked him, do you want to be a part of the writing process? And he says, no, too close to me, I can't. Because in a book you have to let go of certain things to put in the film. But it was these two guys who relentlessly worked for 2 years. And the dialogue writer normally usually thing comes after the screenplay is written, but she was there all throughout. Tushar, beyond just writing the script, has even moved on to came on to being the creative director on the film. So I think all that really inspired every other aspect. Whether it's Madhav Jha's character that has been written, or whether it's her character. So everything comes down to the script, and that I think is the most important thing for a successful film.
Now Arjun, I have to ask, do you have a half girlfriend in your past, and did that help in any way?
Well, it didn't correlate to this situation. I think Madhav and Ria's story is very, very unique. So it would be unfair to say that anybody's seen this kind of a situation, and that's what makes it so beautiful. In my personal life, yes, when I was about 18, I did meet a girl who, through common friends, and we developed a bond, and there was an emotional connect there where we did spend every waking minute and hour being in touch constantly. I was a bit scared and apprehensive. I wanted to take some time to build a friendship before I asked her out. So I did that. I waited a few months. I thought a birthday would be ideal for me to ask her out. I ended up going to her party saying today is the day. And as I saw her walking towards me, I saw a boy walking with her. So I said, okay, the brothers also come along, great. In my excitement, I was about to say something. She said, have you met my boyfriend?
Clearly not.
So I was like, yeah, well, okay. So clearly she waited
So
and
up
she
until
felt...
that point, it was
Yeah, and I knew
half-fulfilled.
that she waited and I just maybe took a little bit too long, and then another boy did ask her out and maybe somewhere she felt that he feels so vehemently that... so that's an in-between that you have. That's what pretty much...
That's what the concept is it?
Well, yeah, and that's what remains, you know, it's a bittersweet memory. It's still the emotion I felt towards her was real. It wasn't just the physical nature of it. It was more than that. I wanted something very concrete with her. And I know for a fact eventually I did figure out that so did she, but I just took too long. So yeah.
Just a few hours late, not too long. 6-8 hours.
हाँ सर वो भी बहुत लंबा हो जाता है आज के ज़माने में 6 घंटे में तो
She's like, oh, he came 6 hours ago. It's like, okay.
वो सुबह आया तुम शाम को
You're not taking into consideration when the woman might have made the decision to make someone her boyfriend. You're just taking the hours.
The way he tells the story, it's like the girl said, well, he just asked me a few hours back. Like, you know.
No, because I didn't know the night before. I was psyching myself. I wish I should have just asked her why.
Don't waste time. Note to self. Shraddha, I've saved the best for last. So, I've been following your career right from your debut, Teen Patti, all those years ago. And you've done so many different kinds of films and exciting roles. Now, you know, being the daughter of such a famous actor, do you feel any sort of pressure, or how do you prep for your roles?
I think every film has its own prep that's required, and I think that's the most fun part and the most interesting and the most difficult part of being an actor. You get to be so many different people, and you get to learn so many things. It's awesome. I think that with this film, you know, just to understand the sensibility of a high society Delhi girl, Mohit would totally agree with me that it was challenging for me to relate to the body language of someone who is, I mean, I'm sitting in this particular manner in front of you, we're having a conversation, I'm on television. So there is a certain amount of decorum that is required, but he knows me off camera very well. And he knows how I am, and he knows that I love my track pants and my t-shirts and my chappals and my glasses.
The first time I met her, she had oil in her hair and glasses when she came to meet a director who was coming to cast her. That was during Teen Patti only, I think.
Or is it?
Yeah.
So it was, so he was, him and Chetan actually, both of them, it was very important for me to really become Ria Somani. So I think both of them had the most amazing suggestion. They were like, you must meet somebody who, you know, comes from that sort of a background, and just sit and converse with them and observe them. So I did that. I had my diary, I was making my notes, and I was speaking to a couple of girls who I had a cup of tea with, and we were just having a regular conversation. But I was making my notes, and so I've tried to imbibe whatever I could in our film. So yeah, I think that it's just, and of course we had to, he had his extensive preparation for his character, and we had to train in basketball. So yeah, I think that the best part is that you get to play so many, you get to have so many lives in one life.
Yeah.
So I love that. Yeah.
I'm very envious. I think it's wonderful, right?
I mean, you know, it's very demanding as well. There are days when you will shoot for 21 hours or 18 hours or 15 hours in grueling situations.
No, I was just thinking about it.
The entire team.
We were here 1 year back exactly shooting at DU for the basketball sequences, and basketball normally is a 90-minute game, and we were shooting from 7 in the morning to 6 in the evening in this exact same heat. And I don't know how we did it, and I don't know how these guys did it. I mean, I'm at least behind the camera I can like suck at how the way I'm looking and get burnt, and these people are running up and down, and it's and I don't know how we did it. I just think we have to be pretty crazy and pretty passionate about what we do to be doing this in this
To
scene.
make it all look good on the big screen. I mean,
By the time
I
the
do
makeup guy
tell-
would finish her touch up on one cheek, the other cheek started sweating. He puts there and the other sweating.
Frankly, I would tell everybody out there, whoever's watching our interviews, please go and watch the making of our film as well, because I think they'll find it
fun.
interesting
Yeah.
as to know what goes on behind the scenes and how it all comes together.
Yeah, lovely. So that was not a half, but a full conversation with writer and first-time producer Chetan Bhagat, director Mohit Suri, and lead actors Shraddha Kapoor and Arjun Kapoor, who will be seeing you in theatres.